If your dog or your kid had a thorn in their skin or their paw, would you leave it there? And if so, for how long? Let's talk about it. Welcome to the November 2nd Emotional Sobriety Podcast. I'm going to talk about trauma and the two choices we have with it. So the analogy I want to make is think of your trauma, think of a specific one that you can imagine, or think of growing up or recent. Preferably one that's older. It'll make a little bit more sense when I explain it that way. So think about that specific trauma. Think of it as a thorn that came off of a plant that is now stuck in your arm. And it's going to hurt at first for sure. And this is where we have the decision of what to do. We can, pretend like it's not there and not deal with it. But then when we go to do something, like we go to give somebody a hug, it's like, oh, you brush up against the thorn that's in your skin. Or from a cactus, you're going to feel that. Or you go to take a walk through the woods and you bump against something and you feel it. And you go to do things in your life, you put on a shirt and you're going to feel it. Take a shower, you're going to feel it. But when you start to get close to people and they touch you, you're going to feel it, So that thorn is there. And you have a choice. The first choice, imagine you build something that could go over it, that thorn. Cover it up so it doesn't get rubbed anytime you interact with people or situations. But as you go along, you're going to do new things and new experiences, and it's going to hit that. And you could come up with a new device to cover it up that's even stronger so that it doesn't get rubbed when you interact with things and situations and people. And you can do this your whole life. And what you'll do is you'll just learn to avoid situations. You won't go on those walks anymore. You won't get physically or emotionally close to people. And all you do is you'll live in fear of situations and people to avoid activating that thorn from getting hurt. And we just learn to isolate then and build up walls and live in a house devoid of the sunlight of life. And we just learn to react in fear and caution of, I can't do that. It's going to potentially activate this. I can't go there. Can't do this. Can't talk about this. Can't get close to people. Can't face myself. Whatever. You can do your whole freaking life doing that, living in that fear of activating the wound, the thorn. Or the other choice we have is to take it out, to take out the thorn. Yeah, it's going to hurt a little bit, but if we do it with the help of a higher power or mental health professional, working a 12-step program where you learn to have the tools to do that. Man, just taking that out and not having to live in constant fear. We've been so accustomed to living in fear that we think it's normal. It's like they talk about a crab or a lobster being slowly boiled to death. You don't know as you turn up that heat slowly. You're slowly building walls around yourself to protect yourself. Pretty soon you're just in this big house and there's nobody around and you're just isolated and living in fear. And you think it's normal. And that's why having the tools through the 12-step program I found has brought me just freedom. Emotional sobriety, freedom, which, now when situations come up, I don't have the urge to just lash out. I don't have the urge to turn to some kind of mind-altering substance to make me try to forget or pretend like it's not happening. And it stops me from getting to the point of just saying, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to go drink or use whatever. I don't have to do that anymore. And it is absolute freedom. So if you have some unhealed trauma from the past, get some help, mental health professional. Get into a 12-step program. If you need suggestions, reach out to this channel. I'll be happy to help you. But stop staying stuck in fear. I want to encourage you. Life is so much better out here. Being able to trust people, believing that I'm lovable and I'm worthy of being loved. And I don't have to settle for breadcrumbs. And I don't have to settle for abuse coming from myself or coming from somebody else. The new baseline is serenity. Yeah. So if you're struggling, I want to encourage you to push through it. Wherever that wound is, when it gets activated, do not run from it. Can be hard at first, but I will encourage you to lean into it. Start asking questions. Get curious about it, but stop running. Once you run to and through the wall that's holding you back, right on the other side of all of it is freedom and happiness and everything that your heart has ever really been truly looking for in life. So thanks for listening. If you have a friend, family, loved one, coworker that you think would benefit from this message, share it with them. But I want to encourage you to stay emotionally sober, be kind to yourself, and pull out that thorn. It only hurts for a little bit, not a lifetime. And who knows, maybe you'll be able to help somebody else. All right, have a good one. I love you. Bye.